No. Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I know that's not the view that you're used to right there. We are just setting up here in the corner, trying to get things right, trying to get things set for you. I apologize a little bit on orthodoxy, but you know, we're a little bit unorthodoxy here at the Solu. I hope that it's on the air. I truly don't know at this time, but it says live. I mean, you know, so hey, it says what it say. It say that, so it say what it say. So I'm gonna go. We'll try and just get the bubble in there. We got the bubble, and then we're gonna need this thing at some point to be over there. Okay, yep. When and if we need it, and I think that's everything. We're gonna walk into position here, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you are able to tune in right now. I'm certain if we are on live, I guess we'll find out. If we are, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am your host, Scotty Bonner. An absolute blessing, honor, and privilege to be here with you today as we get in position here at the Northford Ice Pavilion. A fantastic affair about ready to take place here between the Connecticut Northern Lights and the Shoreline Sharks. There we go. We got a little bit of an obstructed view here, kind of like Fenway Park. As you can see right there, there's a little bit of a pole there in the way, but you don't mind that. You know, these things happen. So there we go. There's the arena right there. There you see the Zamboni. In my opinion, man's greatest achievement in the history of achievements. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. It looks like people can see it. I see some people tuning in, so if you can, thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I apologize for the confusion, but I am a confused person. We were trying to just make sure that we are up and running and you know, ready to go, as they say. You can see the Northern Lights now making their way out of their locker room. The Sharks will be coming out down at the home end, down over there. I am your host, Scotty Bonner. An absolute blessing, honor, and privilege to be here with you today. I hope you're having a fantastic day. This should be a fantastic affair here, ladies and gentlemen. The first one of the year here between the Sharks and the Northern Lights right here on the Solu Broadcasting Network. Today's game is brought to us by our good friends at Paul Johnson, builder and general contractor. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul's been in the business in the area for over 30 years. Whether you need an entire new house, whether you need shingles on the roof, whether you need new sidings, doors, windows, whatever you need, his reputation is impeccable. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he's one of the greatest people you'll ever meet in your life. Privilege to call my friend, Mr. Paul Johnson. So please, whether you need, like I always say, a man cave, a she shed, or, you know, perhaps that extra space for mom and dad, whatever you need done, Paul is your guy. So thank you so much to our great friends at Paul Johnson Builder and General Contractors. All right, so I hope that it's working, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that the sound is right. I really, unfortunately, have no way to test it out, but we're just going to fly by the seat of our pants, which is, you know, pretty much how I've lived my entire life. So it should really not be a problem, I don't think. So thank you so much once again for tuning in. I'm trying to see if I can see if it's live, but somebody's tuned in, so hello to you. I see one person tuned in, so the dedicated followers here on the Solu. All right, what a fantastic affair here. We got ready for your entertainment purposes here and all around this great frisbee we call Earth, as the Sharks and the Northern Lights get ready to do battle. This should be a good one, too. Very good girls organizations. A U16 battle between these two. And these girls in about 10th, 11th grade, somewhere in that vicinity, I believe. So right in the prime of their lives, right in their high school years. So this should be a good one. Two real good organizations here in the great state of Connecticut. We are live from the Northford Ice Pavilion here today. So get your sarsaparilla poured high, ladies and gentlemen. Get your horsey sauce on that sandwich. We are about ready to get underway here from the Northford Ice Pavilion. I apologize, just trying to get things straight here on the old. There we go. That makes it very difficult, though. I'd like to have it like that. Let's see. We're not going to give up, ladies and gentlemen. That's just not what we do. So we'll figure it out. Hey, 2 people here. Yeah, okay, so it's working. It's working. It's working, as the great Anakin Skywalker once said. There we see the officials making their way out onto the arena ice. Well, hopefully they'll be more like linesmen today and a lot less like officials. Hopefully they left their orange name bands, or orange, I guess you could say, bands across the arms at home, so they could be more like linesmen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think the ladies are getting ready to emerge from the home locker room. The Sharks will be wearing their white uniforms here today as they look ready to come out of the locker room. The door is open. The nets are coming on the ice. Everything's about ready to go. You see Sweeney leading us out onto the ice as the Sharks make their way out onto the arena floor for the first contest of the 24-25 campaign right here on the Solu Broadcasting Network. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, Scotty Bonner. An absolute blessing, honor, and privilege to be here with you today. You can see there the Connecticut Northern Lights in their dark blue uniforms, light blue trim. White numbers across the back. Cool font in the numbers and in the names. And blue helmets, blue shorts, blue socks with gray and white stripes. And down at the other end, the Shoreline Sharks wearing their white sweaters with the black shoulders. Sharks on the front with the numbers on the front, numbers on the sides, numbers on the back. Really friendly to the broadcaster. Names on the bottom. Black stripes across the elbows, black shorts, white socks with green and gray and black. No, green and black stripes. Excuse me, there is no gray. Looks like it's going to be Kira Sweeney getting the start in between the pipes here today. Number 33 on your scorecard, and down at the other end, I believe it is going to be number 30. Yes, it is. There it is, number 30 getting the start for the Northern Lights. I believe I don't see another goalie unless there is another one, and I'm just not picking up what they're putting down. No, I do only see one goalie, so it's going to be Margot de Villiers getting the start in between the pipes for the Northern Lights. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the music is blaring. We are about ready to get underway here. From the arena here, the Northford Ice Pavilion, here in beautiful Northford, Connecticut, just outside of downtown New Haven, where you can get some delicious pizza. All right, we're about 1 minute left to go here in warm-up, so make sure that sarsaparilla is poured high. Make sure you got the sandwich ready to go. You got the purple bag of Doritos ready for the second stanza. You got the bag of Funyuns ready for the final stanza. We play 15-minute periods here in the U16 division. Icing and offsides are in effect. There is delayed offsides, thank the maker, if you're shorthanded and you ice the puck. It is not icing. If the game is tied at the end of regulation, there will be a sudden death or sudden life overtime. And body checking, is illegal in the girls' division, although it's legal now in the PWHL, so it will be legal for these ladies soon enough. Now, if I had my way, it'd be right now, but what are you going to do? But I got to say, since the PWHL came into existence, which is awesome, oh, by the way, I've noticed a lot in a lot of the girls' games, they've allowed a lot more physicality for the girls. All right, with that being said, hope you're ready to go. Warm-ups are just about coming to an end. The first affair of the 24-25 campaign about ready to get underway. The Shoreline Sharks in white, skating from your left to your right. The Connecticut Northern Lights in dark blue, skating from your right to your left, unless you're watching the game down in Australia, where one of our moms just finished the Australian Marathon. So congratulations, Kelly. Great job. We were rooting you on Facebook and a variety of different social media eyes. So welcome back. All right, we're about ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. 16-minute stands as we play. The Sharks in their huddle. Their pregame ritual, they look ready to go here. They're loaded for bear, this organization. They've got a lot of pressure on them, but pressure, as the great Boomer Esiason always says, is indeed a privilege. All right, the first steps towards the Old Miss, the Mississippi, take place here today at the Northford Ice Pavilion. 16-minute periods, U16 girls hockey. It doesn't get any better than this. Hockey season has finally arrived, ladies and gentlemen. It's the best time of year. I couldn't be more pleased. I couldn't be more fired up. I couldn't be more excited than I am right now as the Sharks over at the bench, Coach Bartow giving some last-minute instructions. This team has been working all summer ready to go. You see the girls loose as always. This team is a lot of fun, ladies and gentlemen. These guys, this is a loose bunch of gals out there as they break their huddle. And it looks like it's going to be the Bartow line. Bartow, Johnson, Zabrowski on defense, Montalbano and Milne. And it looks like it's going to be Bartolome getting the start in between the pipes. Ariana Bartolome in between the pipes. All right, the ref getting to drop the puck. Phelan on left wing for the Northern Lights, number 15. That's Autumn Seagrave getting the start. Number 64 getting the start, Cici Mutarelli. Kylie Bizou, number 67 out there, and looks like number 10, Eva Machi. I really like these new Northern Light uniforms. They used to have a maroon tinge to them. Now they got the light blue mixed in with the dark blue. Looks real good as you see the Sharks getting their groove on there. You got to be able to dance, ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to be a good hockey player. And, well, these ladies certainly showing that they can cut the rug. All right, we're just waiting to get back. Oh, well, the goaltender over having a little bit of equipment problem there. Margot de Villiers. Number 30 in your scorecard. Down at the other end are Ariana Bartolome wearing number 31. And I'm going to do this for Ari because I love her. Wearing 31 for Igor Shesterkin. I can't tell you how much that pains me to say that. Growing up at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum watching number 31 William Smith. But you got to go with the times. You got to bend. You got to, for the people in your life that are worth bending for, you got to bend. So for Ari, I'll say it's for Igor Shesterkin. But I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, if you play this tape in a court of law, if you play this tape anywhere, I will deny I ever said it. I don't care what the video shows. I hope that you can hear me anyway. I don't even know. All right, we're about ready to get underway. The ref ready to drop the puck here as Bartow leans in to take the draw against Seagrave. The pole always a factor, but we'll work around it. The ref drops the puck and we are underway. The new season for the Shoreline Sharks kicks off here today as quickly they go defense to offense, getting the puck in deep. Johnson into the corner now, trying to get it back to the blue line. Montalbano pinching, but away come the Northern Lights. Back the other way, they come down the left wing with speed. Letting the shot go, Bartolome steers it aside, and the Sharks get to it there. First breakout doesn't get out. As turning on it there, Montalbano will send it behind the net for Anna Milne. Milne wearing 51, Bernie Williams' old number. As they send it out to center, you might say Franz Nielsen. Trying to get it now, Zabrowski. Zabrowski in the corner, digging and mucking on it there, Bartow. Bartow lost the handle on. Northern Lights get it back to the blue line. Went off the skates of Montalbano. Right over to Milne. Milne will send it in. Behind the net it goes now as the Sharks will get fresh fins on the ice. 1 minute into the affair. The Northern Lights with it. Trying to come away with it there. At the red line, they send it in. Well, they never did send it in as they get to the blue line, but that's about it. Chasing it down there was Montalbano, not giving any quarter there. Chipping it in now, walking in all sides as the call is number 70 was breaking in there, Noel Bitar. All right, 14:51 left to go here in the opening stanza. Offsides is the call. So the faceoff will come to center ice now. Michelizzi out there now with Martin, Denola, Bonner, and Munoz. The defensive pairings out there for Coach Bartow. Seagrave leaning in to take the draw, and looks like one of the doors was left open. Good job by the official. Hopping over to get the door. And now we're back this way. I apologize later when the screen goes down at the other end. It's very bright. We're going to have to switch back to the other phones. Maybe we could do it in between periods. I don't know. Face-off one, Denola. Over for Bonner. Bonner quickly up for Martin. Martin down the left wing. Martin sending it in wisely. Behind the net it goes now. Denola will give chase. Michelizzi, great puck support there. Back to Munoz, letting the shot go. Hit a body in front. Bounces loose in front. They jab at it. Martin in the neighborhood. Michelizzi comes cruising through. Let the Northern Lights clear it out. Good opportunity there for the Sharks. They send it all the way down, but icing happened before the puck go down before the other guy. My arm come go up. Play stop. And then it start up all over again. All right. Face off deep. Michelizzi leaning in to take the draw. 14:26 to go here in the scoreless first period. Good face-off win back to Munoz. Munoz tried to knuckler into the corner, didn't get there. And the Northern Lights come out to center. Over the blue line. Bonner aggressively at the blue line there with Munoz. That's deflected and out of play. 14:14 left to go here in the opening stanza. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. There seems to be a little bit of shading issue with the camera, but we got a brand new phone I was all excited to use because it's much clearer than the other phone. However, Might have to go back to the old phone till we learn how to operate this one better. I have not yet learned how to work this mechanism yet, Theodore. One crazy summer, it sure was. Here come the Sharks now, Milne, sending it hard around. Spaniotis will give chase at the blue line. They dig, they muck, they're doing their homework there, leaning in. A couple of Northern Lights, but away comes now, I believe that's Michelizzi. Michelizzi trying to kick it to herself, lost the handle on it. Good poke check there by Spaniotis. Christina Spaniotis lost the handle on it. Milne back to Montalbano. Montalbano will quickly send it in. That goes off the boards, and the Northern Lights will gain it there. They look to break it out. Montalbano knocked it down. Montalbano getting the shot away. De Villiers with the save. Michelizzi was covering at the blue line. Here's Sid the Kid now. Michelizzi tried to get it up the wing. That was knocked down. Montalbano getting to it. That went off the stick there. I believe it was Grimes. It was. Giving chase now, Spaniotis. That comes back on a Milne. Milne stepping up quickly now. Caught him off guard. Milne trying to step around. Big poke check there by Avery Burke. Nice play by Burke, but great puck support as you see Bartow now joining the fray. Sent hard around. Montalbano. Montalbano quickly over to keep it in. Montalbano sends it on net. Big stop there. The rebound came loose. Getting to it, Martin. Martin trying to get it in front of Grimes. That bounces loose. And Montalbano quickly over. She'll knock it down. Under 13 minutes to go here. Scoreless first period. Sharks with a couple of decent opportunities. Nothing too gravy yet, I'd say, but a couple of good ones. As Montalbano will send it off the boards. That one took a weird hop there and kept in. Nice play, nice read there by Mutarelli. CC Mutarelli stepped up to keep it in. And now, away come the Sharks. First pass doesn't connect. Most important pass is the first one. Montalbano now puts the brakes on, changes direction, back up for Johnson. Johnson had Zabrowski cutting, didn't get it to her, but stayed with it, got it to Bartow. Here comes Bartow now. Bartow will send it in. All the way around it goes now behind the net. Zabrowski on it first there for Bartow. Bartow had Johnson cutting to the cooker. Pouring at it there was Munoz. That's kept in at the blue line. Bartow turning, wheeling De Villiers, making the save. Zabrowski on the forecheck. Back to the blue line it comes. Bonner takes the man. Johnson takes the puck, but the Northern Lights get it back out to center. Here's Johnson. Quickly up now for Zabrowski. There's Bartow. Bartow for Zabrowski cutting to the cooker. That just failed to click. Good pressure, but nothing developing yet. And here come the Northern Lights now back the other way with speed. Down the left wing, Eva Machi. Machi will send it behind the net. Bonner quickly on it there. Bonner up ahead. Zabrowski touched it up. That one almost clicked. Just failed on the second pass. But good thinking there by Zabrowski to try to touch it. Here's Bonner now. Quickly for Zabrowski. Zabrowski tried to connect with Bartow. I thought she was going to hit Johnson streaking. Back the other way now. Cutting in front, Batar. Batar lets the shot go. Waffled aside by Bartolome. Northern Lights get to it. Knocked down in front and back the other way now quickly. Nice play there by Milne. Milne will send it all the way down. Looks like it's going to go for icing. No, it doesn't get there. And the Northern Lights now trying to catch the Sharks to the player change. And they send it back to the blue line. Sharks on it there. Montalbano circling back. Montalbano on the forehand. Got it up. And a battle ensues along the boards. That was Dinola. Got to it first and sent it all the way in. On it quickly now was Bizou. Lost the handle on it. A 2-on-1 down low for the Sharks. The backhand! They score! The Sharks got it deep. Created the 2-on-1 down low. And Ella Dinola scores the first goal of the 25-26 campaign. Number 27, burying the biscuit there for the Shoreline Sharks, and they take the first lead of the season with 10:46 left to go in the opening stanza. Dinola got to the cooker, got the shot away. And the Sharks now on the puck. Milne trying to get up to Martin. Martin lost the handle on it. Martin poke checking at it. On it now. That is Curran. Curran lost the handle on it for the Northern Lights. Quickly Montalbano. Montalbano will keep it in. 10.5 to go. Martin in on the forecheck in the corner. Milne trying to pinch. Milne still with it. Down. Behind the net now Martin. On it now the Northern Lights. They try to come away with it. That was knocked down by Martin. She sends it in. Couldn't connect. The Northern Lights will send it back out. Don't think it's going to go for icing. It will not. Montalbano chasing it down there. Montalbano hounded from behind. Kendall Montalbano putting the brakes on. Headed back the other way. Path of least resistance. Good decision. Good break out there, and away comes. I believe that's Spaniotis. Is that? Or is that? We'll find out for you in just a second. Reaching for it. That was Spaniotis. Spaniotis digging, mucking, coming away with it. Spaniotis in the corner. Grimes out there to help out. That's sent all the way down. Munoz will give chase. Don't think it's got enough on it for icing. Gabby Munoz now, rounding the net like Bobby Orr. Coming out with a head of steam. First pass. That one was almost picked off, but it would have been offsides anyway. Intended for Grimes. Grimes leaning into Machi. Here comes Batar now. Batar stepping to the outside. Batar room. Poke checked away there as Munoz got to the puck. That's sent in by the Northern Lights. Nice play by Bonner. Harnessing her in Diego Maradona there to kick it to herself and managed to get it out to center ice. Good hand, foot, or eye foot coordination there by Sophia Bonner. .907 left to go here in the affair. Face off just outside the Shark zone. As they push it forward in on Bartolome. Bartolome making the save, delayed all sides. And that's sent ahead now, Johnson. Johnson down the right wing. Johnson off the boards, tried to get it back to herself. Couldn't connect there as Barto came by to help out. And now away with it, all the Northern Lights. They try to connect at center ice. Milne knocked it down. Milne again against the grain, getting over the blue line. Now sliding it across Barto. Barto with it. Barto leaving it for Montalbano. Lets the shot go deflected in front. Zabrowski getting to the rebound. The whistle sounds. A big stop there by De Villiers. She made not one but two saves. Down low. Great puck movement there by the Sharks as Zabrowski found herself wide open in front of the net, all alone with only the goalkeeper. Nice stop there by De Villiers. Face off one back to Montalbano. Montalbano had a little bit of trouble with it. Comes out to center ice. Montalbano will track it down there. She's hounded by Willie. Or is it Wiley? I think it's Willie. Looks like Willie. Sends it to the corner now. In on the forecheck there was Chloe Zabrowski along with Bartel. And that goes behind the net. Zabrowski giving chase. Quickly on it now. Kaylee Bizou. Bizou on the ground there as bodies collide. Things getting a little murky behind the net there. That pleases the broadcaster. Came back out in front. Johnson couldn't corral it there, and away come the Northern Lights now. Back the other way. Over the blue line they come. Pope checked away there. Anna Milne quickly up for Johnson. Johnson quickly over to Zabrowski. Zabrowski over the blue line. Zabrowski with it. Zabrowski toe dragging to herself into the corner now behind the net for Johnson. Johnson, Montalbano cutting on the backhand. Did a nice job to keep it in back for Johnson. Johnson turning, wheeling, sending it behind the net. Zabrowski on it there. Chloe Zabrowski will continue the cycling. Zabrowski harnessing her inner Thornton Mellon. Looking like she was diving off the piers of Atlantic City in the late 70s. The triple Lindy executed to perfection there by Zabrowski. The ref's arm go up. She was tripped up there, but yeah. Chloe did a nice job to make sure that the ref saw it. You gotta sell. That's exactly what Zabrowski did. All right. The first power play of the afternoon goes to the Sharks. Michelizzi, Danola, Martin, Bonner, and Munoz out there for Coach Barto. The ref not ready. We got to get the penalty on the board. Penalty is off for 90 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. That's a minute and a half for those of you keeping track at home. Michelizzi wins the draw now, gets back to Bonner. Bonner in her feet. Bonner, good job to recover over for Munoz. Coming back to get it was Danola. Now Michelizzi lost the handle on it. Back the other way now. Pope checked away nicely there by Munoz. And that's sent in. Behind there it goes now. Bonner on it there. Bonner to herself, quickly high off the glass. And comes out to center. Chasing it down, Michelizzi. Michelizzi with speed. That one comes to the blue line, and out to center ice it goes where the Sharks will regroup. 50 seconds left to go on the lady advantage. Munoz over the red line. Munoz will dump it in. Northern Lights onto it first there. Bonner stepping up, almost picked it off. And away come the Northern Lights now, 1-on-3. Over the blue line, letting the shot go just wide. Bartolome there. That's knocked down. Danola with it. Danola circling. Danola wide across for Martin. Martin will gain the red line and dump it in. That one bounced on the goalkeeper there. A little bit of an onside kick there. De Villiers had to be sharp. That came back to the blue line where Grimes is on it there. Grimes for Montalbano. Montalbano. Over for Danola. Danola for Bonner. Puck in the feet. Puck goes into the corner now. Bonner will give chase. Bonner on it there. Bonner coming behind the net. Bonner carrying the puck out, cutting to the middle. Nice tape-to-tape pass there. Right on the stick, and away comes Spaniotis. Spaniotis will dump it in. Power play is over. Montalbano's got it now. Montalbano with the puck. Montalbano turning away from traffic. Hounded from behind. Montalbano with it, letting the shot go off the waffle. Straight up into the air it goes, and Grimes will track it down there. Came back now. Barta winding, shooting. That went off a body in front. As cutting through was Curran. Now it goes behind the net. Quickly on it, there's Bartow. That's in hard around for Milne. Milne will keep it in, deflected in front, save, rebound. They score! Caroline Bartow getting to the cooker. Milne got the shot away. The goalkeeper made the save, but Bartow exactly where she was supposed to be, doing exactly what she was supposed to do. Buries the biscuit just as the power play had expired. And the Sharks take a 2-0 lead. Keep it in, throw it at the net. Keep it in, throw it at the net. Keep it in, throw it at the net. Hockey is not a complicated game, ladies and gentlemen. It's just very difficult to execute. And the Sharks with a 2-0 lead now. Goals by Bartow and Danola. Kept in by Fell. That one comes back to the blue line. That's knocked around. The Northern Lights on it there. There's Fell now with it. Bodies collide. Bartow tried to get to it on a Milne. Milne will turn with it. Came back to Milne. Sent all the way back behind the net now. Montalbano on it there. Kendall Montalbano quickly up for Johnson. Johnson out for Bartow. Bartow, nice move at the red line. Bartow makes the move around the defenseman. I swear, even though you couldn't see it, letting the shot go. Awful save by De Villiers. It's like our old radio days here on the Solu Broadcasting Network. We started off as a radio broadcast, and then the video killed the radio star. In the corner it is now, and the Northern Lights looking to come away with it. Chipping it off the glass, didn't gain the red line, though, so it'll be icing, but not enough on it as Milne. We'll quickly get to it there. Milne breaks on up for Johnson. Johnson up ahead, Bartow. Bartow tried to connect with Zabrowski. That just failed to click. And now Zabrowski with it, he'll dump it in. 4:08 left to go here, 2-0. The Sharks lead the affair. Martin hops on the ice, good forechecking pressure there. Michelizzi causing the turnover in deep. Michelizzi sending the backhand in. Martin aggressive on the forecheck. Hard around it goes now. Bonner pinches over against Machi. Bonner kept the puck in, got it to Michelizzi. Michelizzi fanned on the first attempt, but stayed with it. Came back to the blue line and out and back in by Danola there. 3:44 left to play. 2-0. The Sharks lead the affair. Face off in the neutral zone. Michelizzi, Martin, Danola, Bonner, and Munoz out there now. As the face-off is won by the Sharks. Danola trying to keep the puck in, couldn't do so. Away come the Northern Lights now. At the blue line, stepping to the outside, Machi. Machi hounded by Munoz. That goes behind the net, coming around the wraparound. That just failed to click. And now the Sharks look to break it out of their own zone, but can't on the first attempt. Comes back to Bartolome, who will just hold on, and there'll be no further play. 3:19 left to go here in the opening stanza. A 2-0 lead for the Shoreline Sharks. Face off deep in the Shark zone. Northern Lights win the draw. Back to the blue line. Getting the shot away there was Allard. Goes behind the net. Comes back in front. Bonner got the skates on that. Quickly up now for Grimes. Grimes on the puck at center ice. Hounded from behind. Grimes wins the battle there and pushing it forward. As the puck bounces around now, comes back from Munoz. Munoz up ahead to Michelizzi. Michelizzi will send it in. 3 minutes left to go. Grimes on it there. Grimes trying to get it in front. Michelizzi was cutting to the cooker. And that'll do it as the puck was nudged there. on the mesh. Well, there you see, ladies and gentlemen, the artist formerly known as the camera lady. Still the lovely and talented Miss Michelle, but camera lady title has been stripped by Doge. Didn't make the cut. So we had to downsize, so I'm doing the camera this year. It's a lot of fun, and it's not that easy. Nice play by Milne there, keeping the puck in with 2.5 to go. 2-0, the Sharks in the lead. Grimes in on the forecheck, and the Northern Lights come away with it. Montalbano didn't get to it on the first effort. Nice job on the back check there as Bartow broke it up. Bartow off the protective mesh, and there'll be no further play. I really like these Northern Light uniforms. The numbers are a little bit too big, a little too wide. They look good with as one number. The two numbers don't look so good, but at least they got the name on the top of the jersey. I like the light blue, the dark blue. The white pops off very nicely. Little updated logo. So I know they have also teamed up with, I believe, the Nor'easters, the boys version of this organization. As Bartow got entangled there. And behind the net, Montalbano gets taken down. And let's see, is that going to be a penalty? It looks like it's going to be roughing. I got to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I don't agree with that call at all. That looked like a good hockey play to me. Nevertheless, the Sharks will be headed to their second power play, as I believe it's Batar. It is Noel Batar headed to the sin bin. 2 minutes for playing hockey too roughly with others, which, if you think about it, in and of itself, is an oxymoron. So what exactly is the call? Roughing is the call, but what does that mean? That Noel went into the corner too rough? Doesn't make sense to me either. Here's Montalbano now. Montalbano sliding it over for Milne. Back to Montalbano. Back from Milne. They play hot potato. Here's Milne now, sending it down low. Zabrowski right on the stick straight away. Montalbano. Montalbano let the shot go. The netminder never saw it as Bartow was in the eyes, and that just missed. Back to Montalbano. Back for Zabrowski. Over for Milne. On a Milne. Back to Montalbano. Hops over the stick of Montalbano. Montalbano, nice job. The recovery against Machi to keep it in. On the backhand, Bartow C-ball one-timer. Pinballs around, and De Villiers got the flipper on that. Montalbano keeping the pressure up at the red line. Pressure the puck, pressure the puck, pressure the puck. Here's Montalbano now. Up for Johnson. Johnson down the right wing will dump it in. Zabrowski will give chase. 45 seconds left to go on the lady advantage. 1:20 to go here in the opening stanza. Zabrowski digging, mucking. Bartow coming over. Bartow saying, I've got the oak tag. Zabrowski saying, fantastic, I've got the Sharpie. Who brought the scissors? Where's the glue? Zabrowski sent flying. Everybody still doing homework. Comes back to the blue line now for Milne. No, Zabrowski got to it. Montalbano, the seeing eye. Canuckle rebound, and net with yawning. Zabrowski had it deflected over the net. 15 seconds left to go in the lady advantage. Trying to dig it loose, Bartow. Bartow behind the net. Her Milne tracking down. Milne lets the shot go. Big glove save there by De Villiers. And there'll be no further play. A nice stop there by Margot De Villiers. Reach back with the glove as Milne had crept in. 6 seconds left to go in the lady advantage. 45 seconds left to go here in the opening stanza. Very important 45 seconds here. If the Sharks would certainly love to extend the lead, they still got the power play opportunity to do so, but face-off now won, so the power play is now over. Back from Munoz. Munoz at her own line. Munoz will track behind her nets. Got Bonner with her. Munoz over for Bonner. Bonner quickly up ahead. On the stick now of Danola. Danola tried to connect with Martin. Came back to Danola. Danola waiting for Martin to get back on sides. But that never happened, so offsides is the call. 21 seconds left to go here. And in the opening stanza, a good period for the Sharks thus far. Face-off just outside the Northern Light zone. Face-off one back to Bonner. Bonner along the board. Second effort does get it over the blue line. Bonner kept it in with Michelizzi. Into the corner it goes now. Quick shot! And a nice stop there by De Villiers. As Martin got the hard shot away from a tough angle. 9 seconds left here. Might Coach Bartow pull the netminder the way the Sharks have been dominating the period? Well, I guess the risk versus reward isn't there. Michelizzi, nice job to win it back. Bonner lets the shot go! Right over the outstretched hand of the goalkeeper. And 2 seconds left, that's going to do it. A very solid, very sturdy, very workmanlike, very blue collar, very bring your lunch pail, very punch the clock period by the Shoreline Sharks. Your score at the end of 1, the Sharks 2, And the Northern Lights won. So refill that sarsaparilla, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll see you back here for the start of the second stanza in just a moment. Hey. Get into here. That was shots all over. The plywood had to be 2 days ago. I texted her out this week. You go there with wood. So you can't. Well, I couldn't get to the internet back. So I couldn't see if it was working. That's why I needed the phone. No, my, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you had a fantastic intermission, a good opening stanza for the Shoreline Sharks. Goals by Bartow and Danola. Not in that order. That's technically incorrect. Danola with the first goal, Bartow with the second. The Sharks dominated territorially, dominated the shots on goal. A couple of big saves by de Villiers, or it could have been a few more. Quickly now, Spaniotis will send it in. Martin in on the forecheck. Martin behind the net with it. Martin lost the handle on it. Coming back to the blue line, Montalbano pinching. Montalbano reaching back to keep it in. Walking in with it now, Martin. Martin letting the shot go, doesn't get through. That comes to the blue line where Millen has it hop over a stick. And at the center ice it goes now. Knocked down Machi. Machi walking in now. Machi pulled down. Might we see a penalty shot here? Puck still loose. Bartolome covers it with the waffle. Let's see. We might see a penalty shot. Machi was in the clear. I don't see the ref putting his arms over his head yet. No. The faceoff's going to come deep in the Shark. His arm was up. Am I seeing things? Was the ref on? Not in the air? All right. Well, Machi with the opportunity and Bartolome with the big stop there. I guess I am seeing things. I could have swore I saw the ref's arm go up. All right, Sharks win the face-off, trying to get it out. Back to the blue line now. Burke will keep it in. Burke lets the shot go. A lot of traffic in front. Bartolome got the flip around that. Munoz ties her lady up. There's Munoz now. Lost the hand on it. Bonner lost her footing. Back to the blue line. Burke. Burke will let the shot go. Bartolome with the save. And then there'll be no further play. 15:02 left to go here. In the second stanza. Reporting for duty now is Bartow. Bartow leaning in to take the draw. Bartow wins it. Bonner pinching up. And the Northern Lights come away with the puck behind the net now. Munoz on a lady there. Bartow will send it up Johnson. Johnson's got Zabrowski ahead. Johnson off the boards now, developing into a 2-on-1 down low. Johnson pulls the trigger. De Villiers made the save. Pinching in is Bonner. And back to go get the puck, digging. Bonner on the ground there, trying to get the puck loose. Now Bartow's on the ground. A lot of Sharks on the bottom of the ocean there, and Johnson somehow almost came away with it. Johnson looking to steal the puck. And that's sent back out to the blue line where it's knocked down by Zabrowski. But sent away and all the way down, and Munoz will give chase. Gabriela Munoz. On the puck now behind her own net. Munoz coming away with it. Munoz got Zabrowski up ahead. She sees her. Zabrowski almost caught him in a player change. A nice job to get back and break it up there. There's Bartow. In on the forecheck, turning back away from Bartow is Machi. Machi with it. That comes back to the blue line. Munoz will step up. Munoz took a big hit there along the boards that's sent in. Munoz a little shooken up on the play. Machi looking to cut to the inside against Zabrowski. Nice job by Zabrowski. And that's sent in behind the net. It goes now. Munoz on it there. Munoz for Bonner. Bonner all kinds of time. Bonner with it now. Bonner skating the puck out. Bonner lost the handle on it. Found the handle. Sent it up ahead to Zabrowski. And that gets sent in. Turning on it there. Giveaway now behind the net. Bartow on it there. Bartow digging it loose. Bartow still with it. Got it in front. Big shot there. That just missed. Bonner pinching in. Bonner will keep it in now for Bartow. Bartow behind the net. Tried to get it to Johnson. That came back to the blue line. Not enough forechecking pressure. And now Martin will apply it. And off the boards it goes now. Sent away to center. A foot race now. Machi against Bonner. Stepping to the outside. Trying to slide it across. Nice job by Danola to get back. Here comes Danola now, getting the Jets going. Danola right on the stick of Michelizzi. Michelizzi getting to it, the forehand. Big stop, rebound, De Villiers. We'll cover up there, and there'll be no further play. $12:53 left to go. Here in the second stanza, still a 2-0 lead. Back to the blue line. Montalbano for Milne. Milne will let the shot go. And that goes behind the net. Northern Lights are on it there. Taking away Danola. Danola back for Montalbano. Montalbano had it hop over a stick as the Northern Lights were changing with the puck deep in their zone. On it now, Montalbano. Montalbano putting the brakes on. Montalbano with it. Lost the handle on it. Will send it in. I came back for Martin. Martin will send it in along the boards. And it's sent back out to center. A foot race now. Montalbano wins it there. Kendall Montalbano with 12 minutes, 10 seconds left to go. Up for Danola. Danola tried to get it up to Michelizzi. Couldn't do it on the first try. Came back to Montalbano. Montalbano with it. Montalbano off the boards. Martin will give chase. A broken stick now. Good opportunity here. Martin. Martin pulls the trigger. De Villiers. The save. Martin got back to it. Trying to get it to Michelizzi. Comes back to Martin. Lets the shot go. Danola just missed on the deflection. Oh, the broken stick has caused havoc. Oh, the Northern Lights, but away they come with it now. One-on-one back the other way. Stepping to the outside, letting the shot go wide of Bartolome. Pinching in his Burke. Burke couldn't keep it in. Tracking it down now, Spaniotis. Putting the brakes on is Allard. Allard up the boards. Milne will step up. Milne on the puck, lets the shot go. Big stop, De Villiers. And there'll be no further play. 11:21 left to go. Near in the second stanza, Sharks with a 2-0 lead, but it's not a comfortable 2-0 lead. We're only one shot away from being tied. I know I'm not trying to be negative, ladies and gentlemen, but 3-0 would feel a lot better than 2-0. I'm just saying. Especially since I got the Sharks minus 2.5 with my boy Ace Rothstein out in Vegas. Bouncing puck for Spaniotis now on it. Grimes behind the net. Grimes up ahead, Michelizzi. Michelizzi will send it back for Bonner. Bonner pinching in. Bonner down the left wing boards. Lost the handle on it there. And away come the Northern Lights now. Through the neutral zone. Spaniotis on it there. Spaniotis turning. Turned over at the blue line to Allard and quickly on it down Grimes. And looks like we got a penalty behind the play here. High sticking is going to be the call here against the Sharks. Well, 10:52 left to go. Sid Michelizzi in the sin bin. 2 minutes for high sticking the other player. Face off deep in the Shark zone. Power play now for the Northern Lights. This is what we were talking about. This is why I would have felt better with the 3-0 lead. On and now, Montalbano. Montalbano behind the net, puts the brakes on, hounded from behind. Good job of changing directions there by Kendall. Montalbano didn't gain the red line, sent it all the way down. Is it going to be an icing? No, I forgot. I apologize. There is no more icing when you're shorthanded, so forgive me. Thank the maker that there's not. Usually I'm complaining when there is when you're shorthanded. So I should complain about myself right now, I think. Sent behind the net now. Dabrowski out there with Bartow, Milne, and Montalbano. A short-handed penalty killing unit here for Coach Bartow. 10-14 left to go. On and now Bartow. Bartow takes a big hit behind the net there as Burke laid the lumber into it. Good job by the officials letting the ladies play. Dabrowski on it there. Dabrowski against Seagrave. That one sent back up right on the stick of Montalbano. Montalbano softly ahead. Now for Dabrowski. Dabrowski will gain the blue line and dump it in. Behind the net it goes now. Northern Lights on it there. Milne stepping up. Milne with it. Milne lost the handle on it. Behind the net now. Bartow. Bartow. Nice job to reach forward and come away with it short-handed. Bartow got it back to the blue line. Montalbano. Oh, for Milne. Milne down the left wing. Milne will send it behind the net for Bartow. 12 seconds left to go. Out for Johnson. C-button one-timer. Didn't get through. Sent all the way down, but only 5 seconds remaining on the Northern Lights power play. On and now on a Milne. Milne up ahead for Johnson. Johnson awaits it there at center ice. Johnson staying with it. Johnson over the blue line. Hounded from behind, taken away by Batar. Here's Batar now. Penalty is over to Michelizzi. That's sent in right off the butt end of de Villiers. Into the corner now. Johnson on it quickly. Johnson with it. Johnson behind the net now as they cycle. Zabrowski turning away from pressure. Keeping it in. Excuse me, that was Denola. I apologize. Denola kept it down low. Martin now picking up the cycling. As the Sharks continue to get fresh fins out there. Behind the net it goes now. Bonner pitching in down the left wing. Bonner getting to it, letting the shot go. Rebound! Oh, that just missed. Martin getting to the rebound. A nice save by de Villiers. Bonner got the quick shot away. 8.5 minutes left to go. Sharks continuing the forechecking pressure. That pleases the broadcaster. Pressure on the puck, pressure on the puck, pressure on the puck. Get to the cooker, get to the cooker, get to the cooker. Get the puck out of your zone, get the puck out of your zone, get the puck out of your zone. You do those three things consistently, with purpose, and with a little bit of an attitude, and things will really, usually, for the most part, work out well for your organization. Michelizzi out there with Martin, Denola, Bonner, and Munoz. The 5-lady unit out there for the Sharks. Bodies collide. Michelizzi going to be headed to the sin bin again. Who's carrying the puck is Seagrave. Seagrave pulling the trigger. And Bonner will touch up. And no, still no whistle. And now the Sharks will touch up dangerously there for a moment. And Michelizzi going to be headed to the sin bin 2 minutes this time, I think, for tripping. All right, that's going to do it for Bartolome. As Sweeney will be coming in the game now. So Bartolome leaves the game. And the goaltender of record. Face mark zone. And that comes back to the blue line as they win the face-off. Letting the shot go. Sweeney with the first save of the game for her. A can of corn there for Kira Sweeney. And Northern Lights win the draw, but quickly on it was Johnson. Johnson up ahead. Johnson might get this. Here's Johnson now. Down the right wing. Had Bartow cutting to the cooker. Big collision. The net comes off its protective moorings there. As picking up Bartow on the back check, it was Martin Curran. Nice job there by Curran to get to Bartow. Is she going to get a penalty for that? Oh, come on, Mr. Official. That's a ridiculous call. I'm sorry. She's picking up her girl going to the net. They both fell. Interference? I guess so. I don't know. I don't like that call, even though I got a lot of money on the Sharks. All right, 7:50 left to go here, so it's going to be 4-on-4 for a minute 12. It'll be a Shark power play for 28 seconds. After that, as Bartow wins the draw, back to Montalbano. Behind the net it goes now. Johnson on it there. Johnson looking to do some cycling. Johnson back out for Milne. Milne settles it down. Milne will send it in back for Johnson. Johnson on the puck now. Johnson with it, taking her time. Behind the back for Bartow. Bartow protecting the puck. Bartow in the corner with it. Bartow turning, wheeling, letting the shot go. Doesn't get through. Johnson on it there. Johnson back for Montalbano. Montalbano lets the shot go. Here's Bartow behind the net. Bartow on it there. Bartow protecting the puck. Bartow back out. Montalbano lets the shot go. Deflected just wide. 4-on-4 thus far. The Sharks have not relinquished possession of the puck. As I say that, the Nor'easters take the puck. Well, the Northern Lights, I'm sorry. Here's Montalbano now letting the shot go. Big rebound! Johnson was robbed by DeVilliers! Margot DeVilliers, point blank save there against Savage Savannah Johnson. A huge stop there for the Northern Lights, keeping this only a 2-goal affair. And onside kick thrown in by Milne. And now the Sharks have kicked over the Hornets' nest in there. Buzzing all around in there. Getting down, knocked down by Montalbano. Now the Sharks on a power play. It's sent all the way down. Good 4-on-4 execution there by the Shoreline Sharks. That's sent ahead into the corner. It goes now 2-0. Sharks with the lead here midway through the second stanza as Montalbano. We'll get to it there. Montalbano quickly up ahead for Grimes. Grimes will gain the blue line and try to dump it in. 6 minutes left to go here in the second period. That one comes loose in front. And sent all the way back out and all the way down. Munoz tracking it there. Munoz puts the brakes on at the side of net. Got the puck up. Good job there by Gibby. And that's sent up. Knocked down by the Northern Lights. On it there was Bonner. Bonner will send it in. The seeing eye Knuckler makes its way into the corner where Grimes will get to it. Northern Lights get to it there. A foot race now. A 2-on-1 developing for the Northern Lights. Machi with the puck. Machi sending it over the blue line. Bonner stepping up and breaking it up at the blue line. And now back the other way. Here comes Martin. Martin over the blue line. Martin will let the shot go. That goes behind the net. Grimes it on the forecheck. As the Sharks look to maintain the pressure. That comes back to the blue line where Munoz is waiting for it there. Munoz will send it down low. Behind the net it goes now. On it there is Burke. Burke will put the brakes on. Grimes is in the neighborhood. Grimes leaning into Burke. Burke gets sent down. Good no call by the officials. Getting to it. Turning, letting the shot go is Martin. And there'll be no further play. 5 minutes left to go here. In the second stanza, 2-0, the Sharks in the lead. You're watching Sharks hockey here on the Stolu Broadcasting Network. We got the 14U team, organization I should say, playing next as they take on the Worcester Crusaders. Nicholizzi wins the draw, gets it to herself. Martin will pinch. Away come the Northern Lights now. Quickly through the neutral zone, they come down Bizu. Bizu will step to the outside, hounded there by Danola. Danola did a nice job on the back check, and away comes Nicholizzi now back the other way. Nicholizzi lost the handle on it, poke checked away at the blue line. Nice poke check there by Burke as Martin reaching back for it. And coming to get it now, Montalbano. Montalbano up for Danola. Danola tried to send it in. Nicholizzi, nice job on the back check. Good stick in the passing lane there by Sid Nicholizzi. And that one sent off the boards and all the way down where Milne will give chase. On a Milne. We'll turn on it there. Milne up ahead for Nicholizzi. Nicholizzi lost the handle on it. On it now, Milne. Milne. Turning on it there. Milne sending it up ahead for Martin. Martin down the left wing with it. Martin hounded from behind. Martin under some duress will send it behind the net where Nicholizzi will get to it. Nicholizzi back for Montalbano. Montalbano walks the line, lets the shot go, got through. DeVilliers got the flipper on that. Comes back to the blue line, tracked down there by Montalbano over Milne, but out to center ice it goes. 3:45 left to go here in the second stanza. And as they dig and muck along the boards, Milne trying to get it loose. Milne, a little bit of pushing from behind there. Ref says play on. And coming over was Danola to jar loose from Curran. Milne getting to it there. Danola trying to chip it up to herself, and Danola trying to get to the puck. Nice job there, taking the body and coming away with the puck now and back the other way, Bizu. Bizu lost the handle on the Northern Lights, trying to come through the neutral zone with it. Turned over now on the stick of Montalbano. Montalbano up ahead for Bartow. Bartow down the left wing. Bartow couldn't corral the puck, sent all the way down now, and here comes Milne. Milne on it there. Milne on the backhand. Doesn't get out. Northern Lights now applying pressure. Good job by the Sharks to recover, and Bartow will come away with it. Breaking out is Zabrowski. They see her up ahead for Chloe. Zabrowski receives the pass. One lady to beat. Zabrowski to the outside. Trying to beat a lady to the outside, couldn't do so. Nice job by Bizu to get back and knock it down. Here's Bonner now coming over aggressively to steal off the wall, but a nice job there by Machi to get it out to center. At the blue line it comes now. Machi will get it back out to center. Zabrowski will get a chunk of it. Munoz will get the puck. Munoz up for Johnson. Johnson will chip it ahead. Down the right wing. Johnson fights through the check. Johnson pulls the trigger. Rebound! Over the skates of Zabrowski. Munoz gets to it. A seeing eye Canuckla down low. Sliding it over for Borto. Borto along now with Bonner. Bonner will send it down low. That one off a leg. Ends up on the stick of Munoz. Munoz with it. Munoz at the dot. Munoz threw it through the goal mouth. And that doesn't connect. And away come the Northern Lights now back the other way. Machi. Machi will try to thread the needle. Nice job by Munoz to tie up her lady there. And interference is the call. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you know I'm fair about it. I didn't like it when the Sharks got the power play. That's called good defensive hockey in my book. If Gibby doesn't make that play, I'm saying to myself, Gibby, why didn't you make that play? I'm sorry, the young lady made the right play. The ref made the right call. That's just how I see it. If you disagree, well, that's your right. That's your, that's your opinion, and you're entitled to it. All right, face off now deep in the Shark zone as they're shorthanded now for a minute and a half with just 2 minutes left to go in the second stanza. So a big power play here for the Northern Lights. They have been utterly dominated, but they're only down by 2. They score in a power play here. They're headed into the third stanza down by 1. The Sharks' penalty kill has been solid thus far here today. Nice job there by Bartow to win the puck down low. Into the corner it goes now. Northern Lights on it there. They look to get the power play going. With a minute and a half left to go now. Up now for Batar. Batar hounded by Milne. Milne coming through, dragging the stick and breaking it up nicely. On it now, Montalbano. Montalbano will send it the other way. Hard around Seagrave. Seagrave cut it off. Will send it behind the net, but no forechecking presence here by the Northern Lights. So should be an easy out for the Sharks. Couldn't connect, though, on the first pass. That comes back to the blue line now. Bizu. Bizu let the shot go. Didn't miss by much. 30 seconds left to go on the lady advantage. Sent all the way down. And looks like we got a penalty coming up here. I believe it's going to be to Seagrave. Yes, it is. Number 15. Behind the play there. Autumn Seagrave gets the penalty. 2 minutes for, was it checking? I didn't see what the ref called it. Basically, if it's checking, it's 2 minutes for not being a boy. All right, face off deep. Deep in the Sharks, deep in the Northern Lights zone, excuse me, I apologize. And the face-off's won by Zabrowski. Trying to slide it over for Milne. Milne couldn't get to it there. Nice job by the Northern Lights forward to get to the puck. 40 seconds left to go as the Sharks will send it in. Northern Lights are on it there. And they send it down. And as it's picked up now by Zabrowski. Zabrowski will wheel it in. Deflect it in, so no icing. 25 seconds left to go. Near in the stanza. Sharks looking for another. Is there enough time to get one? Yes, there is. Zabrowski, nice shimmy, Cocoa Puff move. Zabrowski behind the net. Zabrowski back from Montalbano. Let the shot go. Waffle save. Came back from Milne. Milne let the shot go through traffic. That hit a body in front. Back from Montalbano. 5 seconds left to go. Sliding over Zabrowski. Can they get a shot away? Back to Montalbano. Montalbano pulls the trigger. But there's the buzzer. And there's no further play. All right, you score. At the end of 2. The Shoreline Sharks 2. The Connecticut Northern Lights 0. All right, we'll be right back with the start of the third and final chapter of this unwritten story being unveiled right before your eyes and ears here, only on the Solu Broadcasting Network. No, man. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The third period is the Funyun period. So break out that bag of Funyuns and let's get started here. The Sharks will start the period on the power play for 40 seconds. They lead it 2-0. They've been dominating territorially, dominating in shots on goal, but it's only a 2-goal affair. And like I've stated a couple of times, the broadcasts are a lot more comfortable than two, because right now, Northern Lights still only one shot away from being one shot away. Well, that's just the way it is. Those are just the facts, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Bartow leaning in to take the draw. Johnson on right wing. Zabrowski on left wing. That's Montalbano and Mill on defense for Coach Bartow. The third period is just nicely underway. I hope you had a fantastic intermission, ladies and gentlemen. Kept in by Mill. Mill will send it down for Zabrowski. Zabrowski on it there. Back for Milne. Milne back for Montalbano. Montalbano straight away. Lets the shot go through a screen. The rebound gets just loose. And chopping at Bartow there. Looking like Paul Bunyan. It was number 67, Bizu, getting away with it. And then now Johnson. Johnson for Bartow. Zabrowski. Back for Montalbano. Montalbano lets the shot go. Came right back to Montalbano. Back to 5-on-5 and gobbled up like a biscuit on Thanksgiving by the netminder de Villiers. And there'll be no further play. You have your portable charger? The pink one? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. 15-14 left to go. No, I want you to plug that phone in. And the face-off one by the Northern Lights. Away they come with it now. Through the neutral zone, dumping it in. Munoz will give chase there, but they didn't gain the red line, and they perhaps didn't realize that the power play had yet to expire. So the face-off will come deep once again in the Northern Lights zone. 2-0, the Sharks lead. Goals by Bartow and Dinola. None in the second period by either team. De Villiers has been a story here today. The goaltender for the Northern Lights has stood on her head. She's been brilliant. Sharks have been impressive. And here come the Northern Lights now. A lot of room through the neutral zone to carry the puck in. Goes behind the goal line. Munoz trying to send it up for Grimes. Couldn't connect there. Munoz with it behind her own net. Munoz hard around now for Spaniotis. Spaniotis with it there. And sent it out for Grimes. Grimes lost the handle on it. And sent back in. I lost the handle on it. Couldn't find the puck there for a moment. That goes into the corner now. Munoz couldn't keep it in. Comes away to center ice where Bonner will track it down to her own blue line. Bonner turning, firing it at the coach. Clearly Bonner not happy with something. Perhaps her playing time. Perhaps what they serve for lunch at the buffet. Perhaps what's on the menu for the buffet. Firing it at the bench. Well, when you fire it at the coach, that's where you go. All right, 14:24 left to go here in the third and final period. Face off deep in the zone and coming away with it now. Back the other way is Milne. Milne through the neutral zone, stepping to the outside. Milne with it there. Milne putting the brakes on. Milne sending it behind the net. Grimes will give chase. And looks like we got a delayed penalty coming up here against the Northern Lights. Let's see, is hooking going to be the call? Let's see here. Roughing is the call yet again. I absolutely despise that call, roughing. Literally, you're saying that the girl's playing too rough. Face off deep in the Northern Light zone. Sharks find themselves shorthanded yet again. Sharks on a power play, I apologize. Here's Montalbano now letting the shot go. Deflected by Dinola. Comes back, Milne lets the howitzer go and doesn't get through. And Milne will track it down. Keeping it in and sending it away to center and all the way down where Sweeney will come out to prevent the icing. Clearly Sweeney wants to get to the buffet. Dinola quickly up ahead now, a 2-on-1 developing. Martin and Michelizzi. Martin lets the shot go. Michelizzi on the puck there. Back for Montalbano. Montalbano looking at the back door. Martin was cutting and that just missed. Martin back for Milne. Milne over for Montalbano. Montalbano let the shot go. Big stop. The rebound. Couldn't pull the trigger on the backhand was Martin, but Milne will keep it in. Milne lets the shot go. She scores! On a Milne. Let the wrist shot go from the blue line. Tremendous pressure by the Shoreline Sharks. Milne got the shot away. It's a power play goal, and there's the third goal we were talking about. There's the third goal we were waiting for. There's the third goal that I like to see, especially giving 2.5 in Vegas. 3-0, the Sharks take the lead. Nice shot there by Milne. Great pressure by the Sharks just to keep it in. Now they got to keep the foot on the accelerator. They can't relax now. This is a good Northern Lights team. As the Sharks get to it there, up ahead, Martin. Couldn't track it down, sent in by Allard and Michelizzi will jump on the puck there. Not sent in. Sweeney leaving it for Milne. Sweeney telling Milne, go the length with it. I'd like to get an assist. I went off the skates now and back the other way. Down the left wing they come. Spaniotis trying to Martin. He sends it in. And the Northern Lights now look to break it out. Knocked down by Zabrowski. Zabrowski will send it in. 12.5 minutes left to go. Bartow in on the forecheck. Got to keep the forecheck up and aggressive. Now it's chipped out to center ice, and Bonner will quickly just send it in. As they regain the blue line due to Sharks. Comes to the blue line. Bonner, nice job to step up there and keep it in. And then comes back to the red line where Bonner will knock it down. Bonner up ahead, Johnson. Johnson chipping it up ahead for Zabrowski. Zabrowski down the right wing, pulls the trigger right off the clavicle of the goalkeeper. Nice stop there by DeVilliers. Bonner lets the seeing eye Canuckla go. That hits Zabrowski in the back and sent back away to center where Munoz will give chase. Gabriel Munoz on it there, up for Bonner. Bonner lost the handle on it at the blue line. On the backhand, Sweeney with the save, and there'll be no further play. 11:42 left to go. Here in the third stanza, Sweeney tested there. A nice stop by Sweeney. Away comes Zabrowski right off the faceoff. Will send it all the way down. And we have another penalty coming up here. Another interference call. How could two people interfere with each other at the same time? That's actually impossible. That's mathematically impossible. How could two players interfere with each other at the same time? Anyway, I digress. Well, no power play for either team. There's something you don't see every day. Over for Bonner, quickly over for Munoz. Up ahead now, Johnson. Johnson will send it in. So Johnson out there with Zabrowski and Martin. Bartow in the sin bin, 2 minutes for being interfered with while interfering. Bonner will send it across on the stick of Zabrowski. Zabrowski back for Johnson. Johnson lost it in the feet. Came back out to center ice. Johnson on the backhand. Got that up to Zabrowski. Chloe Zabrowski will send it in. 11:11 left to go. Martin in on the forecheck behind the net. Martin with the puck. Martin under duress. Got it back. Munoz lets the shot go. Saved by DeVilliers. No traffic in front there. Bonner will pinch in. Bonner getting the shot away down low. Chance in front. Swiping at it was Martin, and a big stop there by DeVilliers, and there'll be no further play. Good puck movement there by the Shoreline Sharks. 10:53 left to go here in the third and final stanza. 3-0, the Sharks leading it. An impressive but sloppy day for the Sharks thus far, I'd say. It was the first game of the year, so a lot more good than bad, that's for sure, and a long way to go here with 11 minutes to go. Munoz pinching in, lost the handle on it, and here come the Northern Lights now, down the left wing. Bonner coming over. Bonner staying with Machi, getting a chunk of it. That's the cross. And they're doing battle along the boards now. Munoz coming over. Munoz with it. Munoz With the puck, putting the brakes on. Munoz, now for Grimes. Grimes up ahead, tried to connect with Spaniotis. As it's sent in, Northern Lights on it there. That's kept in at the blue line. Letting the quick shot go, steered aside by de Villiers. They get it back out in front. Grimes to getting to the cooker. They jab about it. And the Northern Lights trying to come away with it. Grimes on the back check. Kept it in now, Montalbano. Montalbano over Milne. Milne lets the shot go through traffic. Getting the flipper on it there was de Villiers. Now Montalbano letting the shot go, and that just missed on the waffle side. A shooting gallery is unveiled here. Back behind the net now, Batar. Batar on it there. Batar looking to get it out. Got it out to center and all the way down. A foot race now down at the other end. Getting to it, Montalbano! Coming back to pick up Phelan and break up the play at the last moment there. Well, that could have been weirdly dangerous for the Sharks. Well, it was weirdly dangerous. Nice job by Montalbano to get to it. Mutarelli will keep it in. Behind the net it goes now. On it there, Milne. Milne hounded from behind. Milne did a nice job to protect the puck. Send it up along the boards. That's kept in by Fell. Fell got the shot away. Montalbano moved the lady out of the way. Into the corner it goes now. Up for Grimes. Grimes got the puck up and out. And on the stick of Danola. Danola down the right wing. Got the shot away on goal. And there'll be no further play. 9:04 left to go here. In the third and final stanza. You are watching the Solu Broadcasting Network. I am your host, Scotty Bonner. An absolute blessing, honor, and privilege to be here with you today. And we got the 14 U's coming up next. Face off one now, back from Munoz. Munoz will wisely just send it into the corner of Michelizzi. Michelizzi behind that had Danola cutting to the cooker. Michelizzi ties up her lady. Danola coming over to get to the puck. They're digging, they're knocking. Doing now homework. They get it loose now. Chance inside, and Martin jabbing at it. No further play. Another nice stop there by Margot de Villiers. 8:46 left to go here in the affair. Sharks with a 3-0 lead. Looking to pad that lead. Here's Michelizzi leaning in to take the draw. Michelizzi wins it back for Bonner. Bonner will send it in. Behind the net it goes now. Giving chases is Michelizzi. Michelizzi getting to it. Flying the forechecking pressure there against Fell. Michelizzi ties a lady up. Danola coming over for puck support. Michelizzi chopping at it. Danola digging. And the Sharks come away with it. Martin tried to toe drag around Fell. Couldn't do so. Now comes back to Martin. Martin will send it back down low. On the stick of Danola. Danola with it. Michelizzi is spilled. Back from Munoz. Munoz lets the shot go. Deflected on the way down. Doesn't get through. And away come the Northern Lights out to center ice with Munoz. A little backpedal there. And send it up ahead off the skates and turn back by Michelizzi. Michelizzi will send it in. 8 minutes left to go in the affair. 3-0, the Sharks lead it. That one sent all the way down. Looks like it's going to go for icing. No icing as the puck died in the snow. Bonner now rounding the net like Bobby Orr. Bonner making the move to the outside. Bonner up ahead on the stick of Bartow. Bartow trying to touch it up ahead. Now they do get it up, and Danola will deflect it in. Into the corner it goes now. Danola giving chase. Danola taking her lady out there. Now see, now that's a trip. Danola just clearly tripped that girl in the corner. No call. Well, I guess, I don't know. What are you going to do? After the red line it goes. The refs are good guys. Don't get me wrong. I don't mean anything like that. Please don't misunderstand. I've ref thousands and thousands and thousands of hockey games. It's not easy. And everybody disagrees with you every time you blow the whistle. Trust me, I know. So, believe me. They're doing a fantastic job at what is a very difficult task. I just like to break the ref's chops because as a former official, you got to do what you got to do. Sent in now Zabrowski, chasing it behind the net. Zabrowski will get to it first. Zabrowski over for Johnson. Johnson with it. Johnson got it out in front. Couldn't connect there. And away come the Northern Lights now out to center ice. At the red line, they send it in. Machi lost the handle on it there to Montalbano. Off the glass it goes. Sent out to center with Zabrowski. Chopped at it. Here comes Bartow. Bartow with speed over the blue line. Bartow dropping it. Zabrowski. Zabrowski pulls the trigger and a big stop there by de Villiers. .6:43 left to go here. In the third and final stanza, the Sharks 3, the Northern Lights 0. Bartow leaning in to take the draw. Bartow getting it back to Montalbano. Nice job to win that puck back to Montalbano. The shot gets away, but it was poured down Montalbano, keeping it at the blue line, as is Milne. Milne down the left wing, keeping in Zabrowski. Zabrowski behind the net. Zabrowski to Johnson. Simon one time. She scores! Savage Savannah Johnson. A beautiful play behind the net as the Sharks kept it in. Got it back out in front. Johnson buries the biscuit and the Sharks extend the lead. 4-0 is the score. Beautiful puck movement there by the Shoreline Sharks. On the face-off at center ice, McAlizzi leans in to take the draw. 6:26 left to go. 4-0 is the score. And that's sent all the way down with Montalbano. Will give chase. Montalbano protecting on the backhand. That one goes off the heel of the official there. Well, the rest part of the rink, though. So here's Fell now. Fell, a lady all alone in front behind the play there for a moment. And letting the shot go. Sweeney to save the quick whistle there. That was Caitlin Willie behind the defense there for a moment. Oh, the Northern Lights. Under 6 minutes to play here in the affair. Sharks cannot put the mind or the body off the accelerator. Got to stay sharp. Head back, shoulders back, chest out, eyes up, mentally alert at all times. This is too good a team here to relax and think we've done anything just yet. As evidenced by where the puck is. Right at the side of the net. It comes loose in front. Cleared but not out. Now it does get out as Milne golfs it out to center. Took out the old 9-iron. Almost a turnover there at the blue line as Spaniotis was applying pressure. Here comes Munoz now. Munoz lost the handle on it, and the Northern Lights turn away with it. Northern Lights at the blue line. Batar poke checked away by Montalbano. And quickly now here comes Grimes. Grimes down the right wing. Grimes with speed over the blue line, letting the shot go. Flipper save. Spaniotis tracking on the rebound there. Bonner jumping up, letting the shot go. Deflected in front. As Grimes was at the cooker. Spaniotis with the puck there. Bonner along the boards, chopped out to center where Munoz will come get it. Gabriela Munoz, with under 5 minutes to go, will send the puck up for Grimes. Northern Lights collect the puck in their own zone off the glass. And Munoz will retrieve there at the blue line. Munoz had to regain the red line and dump it in, but not all the way deep. As it's sent back out to center, and now Bonner will track down to their own blue line. Bonner going behind the net, hounded there by Machi. Bonner coming around with it. Bonner up ahead for Danola. Danola back from Munoz. This is a good breakout here as Danola wisely bent back to Munoz. That was the easy right play, and now look where the puck is. Take what the other team gives you. Tom Brady style. Martin pinching, Bonner spearing at it. He'll keep it in. Down for Martin. Martin on the puck there. Martin trying to get it in front to Michelizzi. Martin behind the net. Martin got it out in front. That just failed to click. Out to the blue line it goes now. Bonner stepping up. And away come the Northern Lights now. Back the other way they come. Down the right wing. Forced to the backhand. Bonner got all the way back to break it up, but the Northern Lights come away with it. Tried to slide it across in front. That couldn't connect. And then now Munoz leaning into a lady. Northern Lights get it out in front. That bounces off a heel dangerously. And the Sharks just looking to get it out of their own zone right now. Send it up ahead for Martin, who deflected it. But couldn't come away with it now. Martin with it there over the blue line. Down the right wing. Protecting the puck in the corner. Michelizzi on it there. Michelizzi trying to get it back to Montalbano. Northern Lights coming away with it. Northern Lights will send it away over the blue line. Montalbano will turn away from traffic there. And now Montalbano will send it up ahead. That's deflected down by Martin. Just over 3 minutes left to play here. Good aggressive forecheck there by Bartow. The forecheck has been good, but a little inconsistent today by the Sharks. When it's been on, they've been doing this with it. There's Bartow now protecting the puck, keeping it behind the net. Time ticking away now on the Northern Lights. 4-0, the Sharks lead it. Under 2:45 to go. Montalbano will put the brakes on. Tabana will send it in. And that's kept alive by the Sharks now. Down low on the backhand, still with it, sliding it across the net is yawning. A big stop there by De Villiers. As Bartow, a beautiful dish for Zabrowski. Back now Milne. Milne down low. Zabrowski behind the net with it. Now for Bartow. Bartow trying to get it back to Milne. Milne sending it in front. Here's a chance now. Johnson down low. Lets the shot go. A nice stop there by the goalkeeper. All right. 2 minutes, 7 seconds left to go here in the affair. 4-0. The Sharks with the lead. Face off deep in the Northern Light zone as they win the draw. Sitting on around, but on it. Spaniotis applying pressure. Back for Milne, had it deflected out to center. And Danola tracks a lady down, sends her flying. Play allowed to continue as Grimes is on it there. That's sent back out. Inside the Northern Light zone as they look to send it ahead. That's sent in. Behind then it goes now, Milne on it there. Milne quickly on the puck, Milne with it. Milne trying to come away with it. Milne with the outstretched pass there, a little out of the reach of Spaniotis. And that's sent behind the net now on Milne on it there. Milne with the puck, up ahead Grimes, off the stick. And with 1:18 left to go here in the affair. Montalbano on it there. Montalbano protecting the puck. Getting the Jets going down the left wing. Montalbano makes the move, carries the puck in, lost the handle on it. But the Sharks with possession. Up ahead now for Grimes. Grimes battle at the line, coming over Danola. Danola takes a big hit there. And that's going to be a penalty. So with under a minute left to play here, the Sharks will go and head back to the power play. All right, 53 seconds left to go in the affair. 4-0, and the Sharks on the power play for the remainder of the affair, unless they could bury another one here, and they certainly will try. Here's Danola. Nicholizzi with a face-off win. Danola with Munoz down low. Munoz cycling's got the puck. Munoz behind it, got Martin. Munoz back for Bonner. Bonner walks in. Bonner pulls the trigger. Didn't get through. Bonner fighting it off in the corner. Got it in front, and De Villiers will stay with it there. 32 seconds left to go here in the affair. 4-0 and done. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up next, the Shoreline Sharks U14 team to take it on the Worcester Junior Crusaders. I can never say that town's name. Back for Bonner. Bonner lost the handle on it at the blue line. 25 seconds left to go here in the affair. All the way down from Munoz. Munoz behind the net with it, hounded from behind up from Nicholizzi. Nicholizzi lost the handle on it. That one sent in wide to Sweeney. And that's going to do it. 5 seconds left. Sharks will just keep it in the corner. Bono will hold on to it. Run the clock out. There's the buzzer. And now we can say the S word. The shutout for the goaltending tandem of Bartolome and Sweeney here today. So a nice start to the 25-26 campaign as the Sharks take the victory here today 4-0. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an absolute blessing, honor, and privilege to be able to do this game for you. I've been your host, Scotty Bonner. You've been watching Shoreline Sharks hockey. And coming up in about 15-20 minutes, the U14 team, our U14s, will be taking on the Worcester Junior Crusaders. Once again, your final from the Northford Ice Pavilion here in Northford, Connecticut. The Shoreline Sharks 4, the Connecticut Northern Lights 0. All right, we'll see you in a few minutes for the start of the 14U game. Thank you for tuning in. Great job, Sharks. Great job by the goaltenders. Good night, everybody.